I just helped this streetwear clothing brand 5x their revenue in under 2 months using nothing but Facebook ads. But here's what's crazy. When they came to me, they literally had zero strategy within their Meta ads account. They were only running Instagram placements. They had a little bit of dynamic product ads going on retargeting, and their Klaviyo flows, their email marketing was just a mess. In this video, I'm gonna give you the exact Facebook ad strategy we use to scale them to over $1 million a month in under 2 months. We're gonna dive into the Facebook ad side, which will be most of the video, but I'm also gonna touch on the email marketing side, which is also a mess, and give you some tips there. Now let's dive in. So part one, let's talk about the brand situation. What state was the brand in when they brought me on? So for context, they were only spending anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month. They were hovering around 150K to 200K top line revenue, which is great, right? That's actually pretty good because this brand was big on the organic side, was mostly an organic brand. However, they wanted to get to these $1 million a month mark, and they didn't really have any strategy to get there. Like I mentioned, they were just running Instagram placement ads. They were not even on Facebook. They were actually only running in the US. And when they had a massive international customer base, they were only running a little bit of retargeting, which was using dynamic product ads. And they just had a bunch of campaigns that just had no purpose. They were just launching ads in random places and just seeing what sticked. They just had no real strategy, no real thought behind what they wanted to accomplish within their ad account. And then moving on to the email marketing side, they didn't even have the basic flows set up. Yes, they had a little bit of a welcome flow going, but they didn't have browse abandon. They didn't have site abandonment. They had like one abandoned checkout email. They didn't have a customer win back flow. So there was so much opportunity for them to improve. And so this was an absolute gold mine for me to come through and just make some changes on the ad side, give them tips on the email marketing side, and get them back to scaling as profitably as possible. So that's what we're gonna dive in next, is the campaign structure that we implemented with Meta ads. This is the exact campaign structure that I implemented within their ad account to get them to $1 million months in under 2 months. And again, like I said, they were only spending anywhere from 5 to 10K a month before this. So first off, we created some core Advantage Plus campaigns. So they had actually a decent amount of winning creatives in the account, but they were either video ads, they were static ads, they were for, different product types, different collections, right? And so we really just wanted to, what I call, architect their ad account based on their website. And so what did we do and what does that mean? So to start, we started with a hoodies only Advantage Plus campaign. So that was one of the core campaigns. We added a tees only campaign, like t-shirts, right? So we were able to now start pushing spend behind each part of their business, right? Versus just letting the algorithm do whatever it wants and, push spend the hoodies or push spend the tees, right? You have zero control, right? So we had a hoodies campaign, tees campaign. They also had specific collections that were really hot and doing well. So we made collection specific campaigns. So we had Advantage Plus Collection 1 and Advantage Plus Collection 2, and also added static and video only campaigns. So again, these are other levers to pull, and they have a purpose of maximizing our reach with static ad people and video ad people. And the last prospecting campaign we had running in the account was a ABO testing campaign. So this is something they did not have at all. We created a brand new prospecting testing ABO campaign. Again, this is run on abroad, 18 to 65 plus, no exclusions. And again, every ad set was a test. So when they would give us new creative, we would run it through testing first. The losers get paused, the winners get graduated either to the collection specific campaign, to the product specific campaign, to the video campaign, to the static campaign, right? So that became the flow. Test ads in the testing campaign, losers get paused, winners get scaled in the testing campaign, and also get graduated to the performance campaigns, right? And then moving on to dynamic product ads. And so then we also launched a dynamic product ads Advantage Plus campaign, and we also launched a retargeting dynamic product ads campaign. So they did have a targeting DPA campaign going. They were just targeting website visitors 180 days. We broke it down, created multiple ad sets. We had customer lists, their email list, and their bottom of the funnel, add to carts, initiate checkouts, searches. So really just wanted to make it a very high powered retargeting DPA campaign. And that's what we went with. So we cut out all users that were really not that high value and really created massive efficiency on the retargeting side. We also launched a retargeting evergreen campaign, which mirrored the DPA DPA retargeting. It targeted customers, email lists, add to carts, checkouts, searches. But we also use this to run new collection ads, right? So if a new product launch or a new collection launch, we would launch these into the evergreen retargeting, so we have coverage during every launch. And last but not least, we launched international campaigns. So this might be one of the biggest breakthroughs for any of you clothing brands out there that ship internationally, or any brand out there that ships internationally, and it's not a huge cost to you to ship internationally. If your brand is crushing in the US, typically you can literally run it worldwide and you will see similar results because the CPMs are incredibly low, which give you cheap clicks and give you lots of traffic to your website. And so again, the algorithm is gonna have all of this US customer data to work with, and it's gonna use that data to try and find people similar to those people internationally. And yes, exclude the bad countries. Exclude India, right? Exclude India for sure. Pick the high value countries that are most similar to the US. That would be the UK, Australia, New Zealand, even Hong Kong, Singapore, rich countries, right? But you could also dive into your Shopify data. Go look in your account, see what are the top countries in your Shopify account outside of the US, and use those countries to build your international audience, right? So again, we like to use data to back our decisions. So you don't need to fly blind. Just go into your Shopify. If your store already serves international customers, see the top countries and use that to launch some international campaigns. And you don't need to go crazy with it. Whatever your top campaigns are in the US, just pick one of them, duplicate it, make it international, duplicate your retargeting DPA and your retargeting evergreen campaign, throw on some low budgets, but make the targeting worldwide. And now you have international coverage. And then depending on the results, right? Hopefully it goes well, which it typically will. Then you start scaling from there. And as you start scaling your prospecting international campaigns, you will naturally be able to scale your retargeting international campaigns, and they will move in tandem. So do not sleep on international campaigns. They can literally double your scale almost overnight if you try them out. And that wraps it up for the exact ad account structure that I use to scale this brand to over $1 million a month in under 2 months. And that wraps it up for the exact ad account structure that I use to scale this brand to over $1 million a month in under 2 months. And now I'm going to dive into the ad account and just show you how this actually looked inside Meta Ads Manager. Awesome, so here we are in the ad account, and I just wanna go over all the campaigns that we had running. So starting off, if you see prospecting campaigns, we had a testing campaign right here set up. So again, this is ABO testing campaign, which you can see a lot of budget was spent here. And you'll just see every ad set is a test. And yeah, you can also scale in your testing campaign, right? So ideally you're scaling winners in your testing, and then you're graduating. Say we had a T ad that was advertising a t-shirt, we would launch it into our Advantage Plus Tees campaign. There was also a video, we could launch into our video campaign. If it was a static, we launched into our static campaign. So again, ads can live in multiple places. And then like I mentioned, we had static only Advantage Plus, a video only Advantage Plus. We also do product specific, right? So product category, right? Tees, right? Hoodies as well, right? And so I really recommend for clothing brands and apparel brands is architecting campaigns based on your website, based on your business, right? So you can have a hoodies campaign, a tees campaign, a pants campaign, right? You can have a hats campaign, right? It just really depends on what you're trying to push, what season it is, all that sort of stuff. And then also dynamic product ads as well, both on Advantage Plus and on retargeting. And then also we have our retargeting evergreen, right? And then, like I mentioned too, we also went international. And so we have the worldwide Advantage Plus, which is in all the top ads from evergreen US campaigns you drop in there. Then also an Advantage Plus international DPA, and then a retargeting evergreen campaign for worldwide as well. And so again, this is really the setup we ran and how we were able to really run things up. I mean, this is looking just January of Q1, we did 5 ROAS using this setup. And so again, a lot of people say, oh, you should only run a few campaigns. No, like the more campaigns you can get working, the more scale. Yes, does this take work? Yes, it does, but making millions of dollars takes work, guys. I'm sorry. You can't just set it and forget it like all these gurus tell you. Like if you want to make real money and make real leaps, sometimes it takes a little bit of work, So again, this is the setup I use. This is how we scaled. And so yeah, now let's dive into their creative strategy. What creatives did I have them run to make us hit these $1 million months in under 2 months? Let's break it down now. So number one, utilizing dynamic product ad. This is the lowest hanging fruit for most clothing brands, especially if you've been around for long duration, right? If your ad account has 1,000, 10,000 plus purchases in your account, you need to be running dynamic product ads. This is the easiest campaigns that will drive orders for your brand. So that was number one. They again, you don't even need creative for this. It's already using your product images from your website. That's number one. They're using dynamic product ads. Push them and try and scale them as much as you can, because again, these take no additional creative work to implement. The next creative that I had them implement was what I call IRL statics, or influencer in real life statics. Whatever you want to call it, could be customer UGC style, but essentially get your product on people in real life, right? Think of paparazzi shots when Justin Bieber's coming out of the, out of the coffee shop and he's just wearing clothes, right? Shots of people on the street. This crushes for clothing brands, especially for streetwear brands, but clothing brands in general. And I know some of you guys will be like, oh, it's not on brand. Do you want to make money or do we want to be cool, right? So do some IRL shots for your clothing brands on the streets, in the studio, in the mall, whatever the case may be, but you need people wearing your clothing in real life and running them as ads. This is super low hanging fruit and can be just duplicated and done over and over and over and over again. So again, if you're not doing this because you're trying to be super on brand, I get it. You want to be like a luxury fashion brand that is super tight on their brand. However, you are losing out on money if you're not doing this. So again, told you first here, do some IRL shots, run them as ads. And again, ads is its own arena too. Your website doesn't need to have IRL shots. It can be all clean, it can be all polished, right? But on your ad side, run free a bit. Be a little bit more different, a little more polarizing, and give yourself the freedom to make more money. Next is side-by-side statics. So this was, I'll be honest, wasn't even my idea. It's something I kind of fell upon. However, side-by-side statics are what massively crushed for this brand with new collections, with new products, even just old products in general. And so what a side-by-side static is, you essentially have a product shot on the left side, and then you have an on the body shot on the right side, right? So think of the image on the product page would be on the left side of the ad, and then on the right side, you'll have, imagine me just wearing the full outfit, right? So you're showing it not on a person, then you're showing the clothing on a person, right? And again, this allows people to visualize, one, okay, this is what the products looks like, then two, this is how the product could look like on me, right? This is so powerful for clothing brands. You need to get people imagining what the clothes look like on themselves. And if they cannot do that, then they're not going to buy. And so you need to make this happen with your ads. And this is the secret to making your clothing brand blow up. It's by making that moment happen in their heads where they can positively imagine your product on themselves. If they can do that, they're gonna be buying from you. Next, I call these POV product breakdowns. And for them specifically, they did it a little differently. I typically recommend, as a founder, if you're launching a new product, you hold it up, just talk about it on camera like so. But these guys more or less just had influencers just in the mirror, videoing themselves like with cool music, or just like selfie shots in the mirrors, right? So doing video content, just filming themselves in the mirror, showing how it looks, or mirror selfie shots. This type of style of ads crush it. They seeded a lot of product with influencers, with their friends, and they just have them literally shoot over static images of themselves, selfie videos, mirror shots of themselves, right? Very simple stuff. Doesn't need to be that complicated. It's very just authentic and genuine. And again, you can see how the product fits on them in real life. So do not sleep on just the super POV, chill, mirror selfie videos, mirror selfie static image ads. These crush for clothing. And again, make people imagine how the clothes are gonna fit on them, and you are going to get orders. And the last notable ads they ran were literally just simple shots of products on the ground, whether it be a shirt, just a single shirt, or a pile of shirts, or they'd even take pictures of the tag of the shirt. Just weird, different style shots of products that get people to stop the scroll and click. This is what they did. They took a very unique approach at this. And so think outside the box with your product shot ads, specifically when you're making these 4 ads. Don't think about it in the context of the product page. Think about it in the context of an ad. Like, what type of shot, what type of different angle can I get of this tee, of this hoodie, of these pants, whatever it may be, to get people interested to end up clicking, whether you're just showing the label of the product, a corner of the product, right? So you can really test a lot of different things with this. This is something I learned on the fly, was that, hey, these random style of shots actually work. We just started testing a bunch of these different shots they'd already had that they never even ran as ads, never even used them anywhere. But we're like, hey, let's just try these different shots and see what happens. And boom, we got a lot of winning ads that we would have never got if we didn't test out these really different style image shots of products. Like I said, either products, literally shirts in a pile or shirts stacked up. Again, inside labels, just thrown on the ground, just a bunch of different styles of product shots. These actually ended up crushing. So I want to encourage you to think outside the box, do crazy stuff, throw your clothes around, throw your products around, just do different looks and feels and try and do things that other brands have never done and make those into ads. And I promise you, you're going to get high click-through rates, low CPCs, low CPNs, and ultimately you will get orders. And now let's move on to the audience approach. So this is pretty simple here. On the prospecting side, we were using just Advantage Plus for our core campaigns. Again, Advantage Plus is technically just a broad audience. However, it's using the Advantage Plus algorithm. So that was all our main core campaigns. Like I mentioned, the product specific campaigns, the collection specific campaigns, video specific campaigns, the static image specific campaigns, the international campaigns, right? These were all Advantage Plus campaigns. Then on the retargeting side, like I mentioned, the audiences we used were the all customers list from Klaviyo and also the purchase pixel 180 days. So that would be the customer audience. Then we use the never purchased email list from Klaviyo. So this would be people inside your email marketing list that have never bought before. That's another audience we used. Then we use add to cart 180 days, initiate checkout 180 days, search 180 days. We also did view content 7 days and also Facebook and Instagram engager 7 days. So these, again, these are more middle of the funnel audiences. However, they can still perform really well if you shorten the time frame on them. So again, I don't like to go past 7 days for view content and I don't like to go past 7 days for Facebook or Instagram engagers. So the audiences we used for them were very simple. We use Advantage Pluses on the prospecting and a few different retargeting audiences, and that was it. For this account specifically, we did not do lookalikes and we did not do interests. I do use lookalikes and interests for other brands, but for this brand specifically, we did not need to use them. And again, I always say this, I create custom strategies for each brand I work with, either on my agency side at Weirdly Select or in my coaching program Meta Ads at Scale. Every brand is different, so if anyone tells you there's a one-size-fits-all strategy, they are lying to you. Run away and listen to me instead. And last, let's move on to scaling. How did we scale them to $1 million a month in under 2 months? How do we 5x their revenue? How did we literally 10x their ad spend, right? In literally under 2 months. I'm gonna tell you it right now. It's something that I've said so many times on my YouTube channel already about the 2 different scaling methods that I deploy. But this is a perfect example of the double up scaling method, which allows you to scale insanely fast and profitably. Again, it is like driving a Ferrari. It is like driving a supercar. You have to know what you're doing. You gotta be careful. But if you have all the strategies that I mentioned going for you, you have a thoughtful strategy, you have your flow set up, you are going to be in a good position to scale incredibly fast. So for those who are new to the channel, this scaling method that I'm talking about is called the double up method. The double up method is super simple. If your campaign is crushing it, you double the budget. I know it's mind-blowing. You probably never thought of that before, but this is literally the secret to how I scaled Ruggable from $1 million to over $500 million a year, 3 years in a row. We did 500 million first year, I think 550 next year, then 525 million. How did we do that? How did we scale that hard, that fast in under 4 years? The double up scaling method. So what is it? You double the budget when things are popping off. It's so simple. Ignore the learning phase. Ignore all these beta gurus that tell you you can't just double your budgets. You can just do things. You can just double your budgets and you can scale from 200K to over $1 million a month in under 2 months. But you cannot do that by just doing little budget increases. You have to get aggressive. And so that's what we did. We got aggressive. We ended up doubling almost every single campaign we were running and just kept doubling them. And that's how we got up to over $1 million a month that quickly. Again, it's not some crazy sophisticated strategy. You don't need to be running bid caps or cost caps or any of these ROAS bidding, right? You don't need that. You just need a solid strategy that's built upon your business goals, that reflects your business, and you can scale to these insane heights, right? And also use your own business knowledge. Hey, we have customers coming in from other countries. All right, boom, let's launch international campaigns, right? So we took advantage of low-hanging fruit, not some weird guru strategy. We just use common sense. What makes sense? Hey, yeah, we want to drive purchases for our tees. All right, let's make a tees campaign. Hey, we want to drive purchases for our hoodies. All right, let's make a hoodies campaign. Hey, we want to drive purchases for this collection. Let's make a collection campaign. Hey, we want to make sure we're maximizing our reach to people who interact with static ads. All right, let's make a static ads campaign. All right, we want to maximize our reach to people who watch videos. Make a video campaign, right? This is all stuff that is just common sense. You don't need to do crazy bidding. I am telling you, this is how it all works. This is how I've done it for every brand. I've scaled over hundreds of brands to over $1 million a month. And again, ignore all this dogmatic stuff. Focus on what actually is simple, what makes sense. That's all you need to focus on. And again, then you can deploy the double up scaling method and you will be on your way to doubling, tripling, 10xing your brand monthly revenue in a matter of time, in a fraction of time it would take for you if you did all these gurus weird advice. Okay, so there you have it. That was the exact strategy, the exact processes, and the exact frameworks that I use to scale this streetwear clothing brand from 200K a month to over $1 million a month in under 2 months. Like I said, it's not rocket science. I literally just broke it all down for you, plain and simple. And here we are again. You're at that fork in the road where you have two options. The first option is to watch this video, try to implement everything I went through yourself, but it's most likely going to take you months, maybe even years to implement or even perfect everything I just went over in this video. Or option number two is joining my program, Meta Ads at Scale. Meta Ads at Scale is the #1 meta ads coaching program in the world for direct to consumer, for D2C e-com brands. What do you get in the program? I build you out a custom 6-month growth plan detailing exactly what you need to do to scale profitably. That comes with what campaigns to run in what order over time, over 6 months. We write copy for you on the prospecting side. We write copy for you on the retargeting side. We also give you an email marketing plan, what flows you need to have going, and SMS plan, what SMS flows that you need to be running, what campaigns you should be sending. We also give you a website and CRO plan, how you should increase your conversion rate, how to increase your average order value, how to improve your pop-up. And we also give you creative direction. I'll tell you what static ads to make, what video ads to run, what scripts you need to write. We actually even give you example scripts. So we basically give you everything you need to succeed with meta ads. And last but not least, month 1, we actually build out everything for you. We build out your campaigns, audiences, and ads, right? And the best part about this whole program, the best part about Meta Ads at Scale is I offer an insane guarantee. The insane guarantee is this: if we cannot at least double your revenue in the time you work with us in this 6 months, I will personally work with you for free until we get you there, until we have doubled your revenue profitably. So again, this program is so risk-free. I literally think you're dumb if you don't join this program. That's literally how confident I am in this program. If you're not joining this program, literally it's just not a smart decision, all right? And I've been told by a ton of people that my price for this program is literally way too low. So I'm not going to tell you the price right now. You need to book a call with myself or my team, but I can honestly tell you within the next couple months, my price is going to be going up probably by 50%. So if you want to get in the price that it's at now, so hit the link below, book a call with myself or one of my team members. We'll talk to you about the program. We're going to see if it's a good fit. And if it is, we will hit the ground running and get you scaling profitably super quickly. Thanks for watching the video. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, comment any questions you have, and I will see you in the next video.